Started here with a rough sketch of what I wanted for the piece of trim, just give me an idea of what I was working towards. You start with the top trim piece, set up an auxiliary fence on the saw at an angle, and nibble off a little at a time. Then I gotta play with the setup to get the right shape for the cove in the board that you want. Watch your fingers, Paul. You do a nice quarter round, reverse quarter round in the trim. Just on the table saw. Then cut a dado in the back to receive the main piece of pine trim and nailed it onto the top. All this material is from the reclaimed pine that I've been using on a lot of my projects. Works great. Look at that. Sand it down a little bit. Flat parts are easy. And then just use a little dowel piece here, wrapped sandpaper, to sand the cove. Plus a lot of elbow grease. I need to take down these stupid plastic dorm room hooks. Draw a level line on the wall. Be glad to be rid of those. Of course, nothing's square and nothing's flat, so you have to account for that by scribing everything and cutting everything to those lines. Cut a notch here to fit around the door trim. And then cut the final miters. I had to account for the corner of this wall being a little bit less than 90 degrees, so you couldn't cut the miters at 45. Run it off the corner here where it runs into the window trim, and then glued and tacked the corner together. A little bit of sanding, soften all the corners. And then seal it up with a couple coats of primer. And then a couple coats of paint. Sanding between each coat to get a nice flat, smooth finish. Divided the long side up into 4 sections with 3 screws, and the short side was divided in half. Marked out these holes on the wall. These were placed in specific locations, which you'll see in a second. Use drywall anchors in the wall to attach it, and then bored out the back of these holes just to make sure any mushrooming of the anchors in the wall wouldn't hold it away from the wall. Attached it to the wall, and then got these hooks and attached those over these screw locations before. Covers them right up, you never know that they're there. Pretty slick. And then load it up with all the winter gear. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out my latest videos. Now get out there and build something.